Okay. Hello everyone. um, God, the first episode isn't even up yet. I still got to do that. I've been dealing with a lot.
That's fair. That's fair.
um, this is gonna be completely irrelevant info when this one goes up, but we had like a several week gap because Fate didn't want us to do another episode of this. It was like I forget what the first instance was, but the other one was because there was a 20-hour blackout around here. and,
Oh, that's right. Oh my god.
and then that same week, I was like, okay, time to do my taxes, and I had to spend an entire week getting my fucking insurance information out of their hands. So,
Jeez.
but, this is technically a work night for me, but fuck it, we're both awake. We're both, I mean, this is pretty much how we chat most of the time anyway, so.
Yeah, yeah. And then a guy above me started controlling me by putting needles in my shit.
That
Awful.
doesn't sound like fun.
I don't know if that was revealed yet. I forget.
I, I don't know.
I,
It's not, like, even if we were, like, very strict on spoilers, it's like, I don't know if I'd be able to hold that in, but it's, but I guess we'll get to it if you're, following with us.
yeah.
Um,
That is one thing I did remember, because, like, of course, the stand that does the most horrifying effect is called fun, fun, fun.
yeah, the stupider the reference, the scarier it gets. That's just how but yeah, Soft and Wet Part 4. Um, so yeah, last time we checked, he was running out to the patio, and then he asked the question again, "Who the hell am I?" I really should have started counting how many times he asked that. I know this is a major, plot theme here about his identity, but
He just constantly says it. Like, there's a reason that in an All-Star battle, when they had very little to go off of for him, like, almost everything he says is just like, can you tell me who I am? Who am I? I'm trying to find out who I am. And it's like, that's all they had to go on.
to be fair, when he asked it here, it's like this dude hates me. Like, who am I to deserve having apparently poisonous snakes thrown at me?
I think
Is
he's
that?
also asked this like 5 times already in this encounter alone.
Yeah.
Like, he's just
Like,
sitting there monologuing about, like, I don't know who I am while this lady's drowning in a bathtub. He's just like that. I've got more immediate matters to worry about.
yeah, like this wiggly snake. I forgot about how much it just kind of wiggles around. it's
Oh,
it's yeah, it's the more I learn about snakes, it's like the more I'm like I can't find this scary. It's just kind of weirdly cute. but,
yeah.
um,
I do
but
like.
then
It's such a minor thing. I do like he uses his stand more for just like minor things. Like, it's not like it's very specialized. It's still like a generic stand that he uses to like plow through the window here.
yeah, it's we also got we got our first glimpse at the man. We got our classic prosciutto slash Diavolo get up where he's completely in shadow because Araki didn't know what he wanted to look like. Uh, and oh yeah, I forgot it actually shows us what the snake is. It's a hold on, I can barely read that actually. North
I was like, what is that? A habitat? Oh wait, no.
Northern South America. Oh, it doesn't actually say what it is. It's just where it comes from. Damn,
Oh.
I was gonna fact check Iraqi.
He pulls a fucking saw here, so like he gets poisoned by a snake. Like, that's just out on this balcony, and then there's another one like coming from above. The guy's just like dangling, like, hi. And and he looks down, and then there's a fucking bone saw that has a little thing taped to it saying, like, why not cut it off?
Yeah, it's not quite luck and pluck when it comes to sword messages. Uh, but
It's that Google Translate one that just says fuck off.
Yeah. uh, we get some. I don't know if it's exposition. It's more exposition in terms of his stand power, because he's like, I can't use the soap on myself. If I could use the soap bubble to steal the poison from my body, I could, but I cannot. Which that was actually useful for me because I forgot he can't really use it on himself. But he's got kind
Yeah.
of the Josuke thing going on where it's just like, well, I can help you out. I can't help myself out. But,
Yeah, it's very similar to Josuke 4. Huh.
yeah, because I know we're kind of jumping in a completely different spot right now, but there is a part in that demonic heartbreak spinoff where he gets like hit with an arrow, and he outright says like, well, that's gonna be a hefty hospital bill to take care of later. Like, I like how he just accepts that he can't really do anything about it other than heal like a normal human being.
It does add a lot of sort of peril to the things that he gets into because of like, especially like the rat fight where it's like, okay, if Jotaro gets like impaled with these things, he just melts like crazy. But you know,
Yeah.
Josuke can heal him. But if he gets hit, it's like a game over. So
Yeah. I mean, he's not exactly Giorno with his laser eye scorpions or whatever the fuck happens near the end of part 5, but...
Jesus.
Oh, right, okay. So, yeah, this character that we see for a couple of panels here,
Oh yeah.
when he says, "Who am I?" and you see this dude with I don't know why I think Remy from Street Fighter when I look at him, but I do.
He's got that look, not the color scheme, but he does have that appearance.
Yeah. So this is
Mm-hmm.
this is a major argument point for a lot of people regarding this part. Who this guy is?
Oh, was this like a time traveling Josuke 4 or something like that, where it's just alluded to, but then he just completely flops?
The thing is, there is no answer to what this guy is. This is
Exactly.
like, and the thing is, like, the point of contention is, like, is this a character that Araki later redesigned, which is possible, because,
Oh, so like he doesn't show up at all?
in this, like, if this is meant to be a character that shows up later, he does not look like this later.
Huh.
So, it's kind of like, because again, like, it happens a few times, like, you know, sometimes the anime will kind of, like, add a consistent design to them.
Yeah.
Because there was a very obscure one in Stone Ocean, actually, where the maximum security prison, there's like this old dude kind of clutching at his throat. In the anime, he's replaced by Kenzo, so that was just supposed to be Kenzo before.
Oh, right.
But then Araki was like, nah, I gotta up the look here. so, so maybe one of those we'll never find out unless, you know, when this gets animated in like, I don't know, 2035 or something. But he is known as Flashback Man. And
He's known as Flashback Man, and he may or may not come back. Who knows?
he may have, I don't know. We're approaching Suda shit here. But that's really the only interesting part about him. Like, Josuke's like, I remember this guy. Who is he? And well, I mean, he's asking who somebody else was for a change.
I mean, to
So
be fair, you know, his memory's pretty faulty right now, so, like, he just remembered a guy and it was just like, oh, he looks completely different. I screwed that up entirely.
that would be a really funny explanation. Like, a funny and kind of weirdly realistic explanation.
Yeah, it's like, I get. But, you know, as a storytelling aspect, it's like, Araki, please help.
Yeah. But Naked Lady shows back up again. Our friend Naked Lady.
The phone starts ringing and then she shows up out of nowhere and she kind of looks at it like, huh?
She's going through a lot of JoJo style explanation tangents. because we get a bit more of backstory here.
Oh yeah, we get to find out what her deal is. Now we get to know who she is.
Yeah. So yeah, basically, to cut to the chase, she sells that just to save herself because she's like, I'm always being used like by somebody else for their convenience, so like I'm done. Kind of a weird way to express that, but you know, whatever. But he gets crucified by the point stand thing. And then she says, "This isn't my fault, you know. Now it's the exact opposite. See." God, so many people talk like this.
It's so weird. Like, it never is not weird, especially in, like, it doesn't seem to be used in good places. You're the one at fault here.
Yeah. It's because you were in this town that I got kidnapped and had to go through all of this. That's like I don't know how he would know that. But he doesn't know anything. Who is he?
She doesn't know that he doesn't know that.
Yeah, that's true.
She's just like, you're that guy I know, and he's just like, I don't know who I am, so.
Well, now I'm leaving.
Bye.
Yeah, I was about to say a couple of pages ago, I was like, why didn't she like put a robe on? I'm like, oh yeah, it's probably like full of pins or something.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. The stand is trying to make Josuke chomp on a handsaw. Is that what that is?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget the exact word for that.
Yeah, because I keep getting handsaws and bone saws mixed up. But Yasuo comes back.
She's just like, yeah, I'm still in this. Don't worry.
After thinking a lot about it, there's an inconsistency somewhere. So she comes back to the supposed weird amnesiac pervert. I noticed this when I was reading this again. I like that he sees her with the saw in his mouth and he just goes, "Oh!"
Oh. She just, there's just like this weird moment where she's just like, well, this is strange. You have a saw in your mouth.
I somehow missed the panel where Yasuo turns around and goes, "Huh," and then Naked Lady just goes, "Ah."
Ah. Yeah, that happens a lot, I've noticed in manga. Just, ah. I don't know what that is.
I don't know if that was an expression of disappointment or something or what, but
I think it's supposed to be, like, just kind of surprised, like, huh? Like, she's just being looked at and she just doesn't know what to say, but it's just written this way, she's just like, now I understand.
She is still saying, huh?
Okay, she just goes, huh? No punctuation.
That would come into the room. This place is dangerous. The guy upstairs is attacking me. Then we hear a lot of thuds, like they're my old upstairs neighbors making noise at 2 a.m.
They were trying to use their stand on you.
Oh, God. They would have, too.
I do like, he then yells, after explaining all that, to run, and her response is, what's going on here?
I would just run, personally. She tries to, and then, like... Wait.
So, yeah, it's so, like, yeah, it's very strange, but it's implying that he... Okay, yeah, you see him throw his arm up, so he's being controlled to throw the saw at her and cut her hand.
Okay, yeah, that was just a moment of me, because I was having trouble earlier when I was rereading this. I was like, how is that working? And then I was like, oh yeah, that makes total sense, actually.
The action in this is surprisingly hard to follow, I'll say.
Yeah. But yeah, now she's got a point on her hand.
She's just like,
Right now, my right hand is trying to cut you with the saw. So, thanks to you, my shoulder can move freely. I guess because he had to move his arm to throw the saw at her. Maybe I was having trouble with that too.
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah. So then a bunch of slipping noises happen, and I really wish we could have seen this guy just like slipping on the floor repeatedly.
Yeah.
And he's slipping because he took the friction from the ceiling above us, which he says twice in one panel.
Oh right, yeah. He also, he took it from the ceiling, which I guess also then goes through the intersection into the floor above. But whatever.
Yeah, it's all. It would be very disorienting. I'll give him that.
I do like. There's not really a good onomatopoeia for this, so it's just slide, slide, slide.
Oh, I know he said Zudu Zudu or something in the All-Star Battle, which I think is what that katakana says. But yeah, no, we don't. Yeah, English doesn't really have just slip, 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 and slide, and float and crash.
The entire time she is just like, what? What?
I mean, to be fair, there's a lot to process.
Oh, right, so yeah, he has this as an attack in All-Star Battle, is him, spinning on the ground as a result of that guy slipping.
Yeah, because it's one of his best moves.
Jeez.
But he does the eyesight thing again, and we see our upstairs creep. Because he falls and wait, did he punch him or did he just tap him? Like he went aura, 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 but it doesn't look like the guy got hit at all.
Yeah, it's like aura, aura, and then the next panel is just him just there, and he's like, hold on a second. It's like, you swung your hands a bunch but didn't actually hit him.
This guy asks, you're Kira? And before Yasuo answers, of course he's not, we move on to the next chapter, which begins with, it's kind of strange how we just get introduced, to a whole group of characters we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, it, jumps ahead of itself to explain what's about to happen.
Yeah. It's, yeah, it reads those, the, overexcited narrator at the beginning of an anime episode. Just imagine that in text, basically.
Next time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, he gets a house.
Here's a house. Here's a wife. Here's her husband who looks like he got jawbreakers stuck in his hair.
Yeah, he definitely got some candy hair going on.
Or just the weirdest case of nodding I've ever seen in my life.
I don't.
But yeah, we'll see them. It's calling Gappy here a mysterious man, which honestly I think I would have liked if he was just called that the entire time. But no, we actually do see the upstairs Creepazoid's stand, and it is indeed called Fun Fun Fun.
It is not fun.
It's not, and neither is that song, because I'm probably going to get scorched alive here by people listening. I'm not exactly a Beach Boys fan. I'm a fan of the... Sorry?
I can't stand them. They... Very just a little too bright and colorful for me.
Yeah. Surf. I like that song because it's just how, lifeless it is. Fun looks like a humanoid if its head was a lemon juicer and they had, 4 tiny legs. And also...
Yeah, it's standing on its four arms, and it has four tiny legs. It has a belt, though, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and also two sets of shoulder pads.
Well, yeah, it's got four arms, so I
Yeah.
guess those are for the back arms, but it is a stand design.
It looks like something fished out of a nightmare. Which is kind of what fun. That's how that kind of works, really.
Yeah,
Okay, so he's choking the guy. That's what that was.
he's also. Is he holding him upside down?
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got him by the collar while he's suspended above the balcony, like the edge of it. But
Yeah.
he's upside down. Like, how the hell does that work?
Maybe the guy's trying to like catch his feet on the railing or something. I'm not sure, but either way, yeah. Josuke, our mysterious man, just kind of weirdly detailed shot of him throwing him inside the house. It's just like this big wide shot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, so I was just like, I'm just gonna pose here.
Naked lady is mysterious lady. She's still here, not really doing a whole lot. The snakes start attacking this dude. Josuke is about to beat the shit out of him, and Josuke finds a snake serum because, unlike Giorno, he can't just invent snakes and then invent vaccines. uh, what the hell is going on here? We keep
that was such a like a non thing, by the way. The snake poison. It was just like, I'm poisoned. Oh no, I got the antidote now.
Yeah, that tends to be poison in a lot of fiction.
I mean, it didn't actually amount to anything. They didn't like put like a like time pressure on him or anything like that. It just happened, and then it's like, oh, we got the explanation for how it stopped happening, and that's it. It's very weird.
So he asked this guy, "Who am I?" And then he, the scanlation people are doing the weird different font thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Also, don't forget Yasuo just has a monologue about, or an inner monologue about just like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, I figured that much.
Yeah, she kind of says it, puts it in more flowery terms, but she's just like, there's so much happening.
And then, but yeah, this bit where this just keeps happening, where he goes, "Hey Yasuo, could you look over there for a second?" And she's just like, "Huh?" And then it just shows Josuke just stomping the shit out of this guy.
Yes, the fact that it keeps happening just makes it funny.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like, don't fuck with me.
The guy wasn't really doing anything. But this guy, he needs to see this hand sculpture, because we got another hand guy here.
Yeah.
And you may be wondering, is this Kira because of the hand thing? Well, this guy says Josuke's not Kira, so that clears that up. These sculptures were made by Kira to be in the shape of his own hands, see? So this is not Kira either. We just have two hand freaks now.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with hands here. Because this guy's got gloves on, and there's a reveal coming with that.
Yeah.
And Kira made his like models of his own hands.
The guy's a narcissist, so he made these sculptures modeled after his own hands, which I think that's a relatively easy thing to do.
I mean, yeah. Also,
well,
Yasuo
again,
says, what? Because, I don't know, there's something that bothers me about, like, she's in this scene, and she's constantly just going, I don't understand, what's going on?
Why did I even come back?
She didn't, yeah, she was there for she made the save, I guess, because she freed his shoulder.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
I'm
That's.
still not sure how, but yeah.
I think yeah, because Josuke's arm had to raise itself to throw the saw at her, so maybe that's what he was talking about. Like the arm wasn't pinned down anymore because he had to move it. But
Yeah, sure.
um, also, I for a second forgot what molds were because that's what I was referring to, not sculptures. That implies that Kira like sculpted these, which makes them a little more troubling. But but not that you can blame him because, as this guy says, as you can see, the guy's got extremely beautiful hands. So,
I've had
I
enough of your
also
screwy tricks.
your tricky traps. um, oh yeah, I forgot about this guy's favorite. My favorite response this guy does, where Josuke goes, "You're Yoshikage Kira," and then he says, "No, that's wrong. I'm the guy that lives upstairs." That's my title.
my my stand, fun, fun, fun. My name, guy who lives upstairs.
The only ironic is just like he definitely had an annoying upstairs neighbor, and just based the villain off of him. Uh,
But imagine that the guy was torturing him.
yeah, and even just throws him through a glass table, and the guy basically goes, "That was so fucked up. Why did you
That
do
was so
that?"
cruel. He put the little squigglies, like Jesus.
Jisuke does another one of his All-Star Battle taunts because he mocks not listening to me because he's decided he's not going to listen to any more bullshit.
Did you say something?
um, but then he says, well, I think we essentially figured out already. I'm not the occupant of this room, Yoshikage Kira, but you're not Yoshikage Kira either. I know it's a lot to take in, but I'll say it again. I am not Yoshikage Kira.
They love that name.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear all this voiced. Oh wait, okay. We get a title for the naked lady, bathroom girl.
Hey, bathroom girl. That is not a good nickname.
Nah, it makes it sound a lot worse. But she does confirm that this dude with the he either has like a buzz cut or a comb over, depending on how Rocky felt like drawing him.
True.
But she does confirm that this is the guy that kidnapped her. And then Josuke does his little look over there trick
Yeah,
again.
he's just like, look up at the ceiling, up there. Wait, she goes, up? What is that?
Underwear man? What is that? Sorry, I had to tie it back to the room somehow, I guess. uh, but yeah, we're basically just going through an extended, like, you better talk before I kick you around like a soccer ball. But then this guy pulls out a photo. And,
Oh shit. It's Yoshikage Kira. I haven't heard that name in a while.
you mean Yoshikage Kira?
Yes, Kira Yoshikage.
So this guy who still has like tons of glass shards on his head, he explains he has a grudge against Kira, so he strategically rented the room above this one, which that must like the amount of luck you have to have in order to make that work. It's like he must have been just like he must have just sniped that room as soon as it went on sale.
Yeah. Since when do you pick out which room you stay in?
That's a good point too. But
I do like, yeah, he also identifies himself as the guy who lives upstairs, but it's like, you just rented this room to torture a guy. Like, you don't
yeah.
really live upstairs, do you?
Well, he has a busy job, which we'll get to. But
Alright.
I kidnapped some woman to use for a trap and took photos to make it look like it was Kira that did it. Which again just looks like a BDSM session to me, but okay.
That's horrifying. They're very chaste around here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yasuo's like, oh my god, this is the most evil thing I've ever seen in my life. Don't show her any Nine Inch Nails videos. But
Yeah, yeah, if you have one playing, then just be sure to point to the other side of the room and be like, what's that?
throw out all your Clive Barker books. Uh, don't show her any Hellraiser. Uh, um, but yeah, he says he mistook him for Kira. And he's like, you can't really blame me, though, right? Which is fair, because they look very similar.
Yeah.
Seriously, what the hell? You're even wearing his clothes and his hat.
Oh,
But he goes,
yeah. You're somehow half alike to him?
which is weirdly specific wording, especially this early on. But
Yeah, it's very much leading to, like, the idea that he's half this guy. Like, it's very much pointing to that possibility, but it's just a weird thing for him to notice.
yeah. Who are you? Tell me what your name. Tell me what your name is. I'd like to ask you the same thing. Who exactly are you? No, you're the one who's going to explain here. I love when anime conversations are like this. Like,
You're the one who's going to explain here because I literally cannot answer that question.
I don't know why. I think it was a bit from like a Soul Calibur story mode I saw years ago that made an impression on me because one character was like, "You are going to die," and then the other one goes, "No, you are the one that is going to die." And when I noticed that, I noticed how many things like sound like that.
That's what happens when you translate things literally, I guess.
Yeah. In fact, I think we had that in JoJo before, because Nuke Saku is like, everybody called me the idiot. No, you are the one that are the idiots. Or something.
It's like, yeah, you could probably have like translated that in a way that made it sound more natural, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's a thing. But we finally get this guy's name. His name is Ojiro Sasame.
I just noticed the next panel. Surfer? That's not a job. Whatever. Anyhow, I'm a surfer. Okay.
People get really on this guy for being a surfer. Like, it's the least contemptible thing about him. But
You're just a beach bum. Ah.
let me make it clear: the man in this photo is Yoshikage Kira. I think
I
we already.
fucking know.
Yeah. Just in case. Well, this guy already said his own name twice in 2 seconds.
Yeah, he goes, anyway, I'm a surfer. My name's Ojiro. It's like, okay.
Let me make this clear. I'm Ojiro. I'm a surfer. He's a ship doctor. He's a doctor that sails on a ship. Thank you for that clarification. It's just like, no. He doesn't fix ships. Like, he's like a doctor that like lives on a ship. It's a whole thing. But it was the summer of 2008. I forgot that he mentions like a specific year there.
This bit.
Yeah, he's like, it wasn't a big deal. It was just surfing around and also drowning this lady.
Yeah, just, he accidentally drowned a lady?
Oh, yeah. Wait, yeah, was that an accident?
I guess.
When I was a kid, just at some point, I suddenly realized I had this ability. Yeah.
That's a good question. Yeah, it doesn't actually say whether or not this is an accident. It's just sort of happening. Like, it just shows him just hanging out and just being like, I was just playing around. It wasn't a big deal. And then there's just a lady down there.
Yeah, because he looks confused. Like, he's like, what is going on over there?
I mean, that's the thing, though. Is that confusion or is that, like sinister? Like, I can't tell.
Yeah, it's very odd.
It's just happening, and...
But then he gets accosted by our Kira here. The man with the beautiful hands. They're not really beautiful, they just kind of look really wide. Like,
got really long fingers, yeah.
Yeah, he could see my ability because as our hero from part 4, Toshikazu Hazamada, that's a joke. Don't. He theorized that stand users get attracted to stand users, and well, we're seeing that happen here again.
Actually, I just really quickly, he says, the word bubble for Kira says, and he could see my ability, and then the narration says, he told me that.
Oh, yeah, that looks like a mistake.
I would say, that was just like, wait, I just noticed that, like, what does that mean? But
For some reason, I just thought that somewhere that guy was committing murder. Well, in another timeline, maybe. Um,
he looked like a primary antagonist.
he said he could see my ability and what it was doing, and Kira said that he didn't like me. So this is where we learned that Ojiro is very easy to psychologically break. Because Kira gives him is a human that's called a surfer a person of the sea or a person of the land.
It sounded like he was making fun of surfers, which I was proud to call myself, so I responded, shut up, you fucking bastard, I'll kill you.
So he's more of the Point Break type of surfer, this guy.
Yeah. Is he part of Red Hot Chili Peppers?
So this, like... Okay, so... Yeah... Kira's like, a fisherman is a man of the sea, and that dentist over there is a man of the land, and I'm sad we didn't get a cutaway to the dentist being like, leave me out of this.
I don't want anything to do with whatever y'all are up to.
You said you work part-time on land. He disliked things that crossed back and forth over boundary lines. All day long he kept saying, my ambiguity made me not a man. I always remembered how fucking weird this was. It's just like...
Yeah, this is... I assume it's implying something that this is getting back to. Like, or this will get back to, but at the minute it's just like, here's a very weird way to introduce this character's, thought process. Is just, if you go out into the water, you're not a man.
Yeah, it just makes him look like he's obsessed with semantics to an unhealthy degree.
Yeah.
He said that I was pretending to be a man. He kept saying it over and over again. So then he became an alcoholic and a drug addict, because he wouldn't stop asking him this.
I do like, in the middle of that, Josuke is just like, what is the point of the story?
He's like, look, let me go down more about how this guy fucking mentally tortured me near to death.
I'm telling you the truth about him.
It doesn't seem like either of these guys are good.
No.
Yeah, and Kira early in the morning said, to eat, you see. If you're a man, prove it and eat. Which I don't... So... apparently... he took this... Because I don't know if Kira ever finished that sentence. Our pal Ojiro here took that as an initiative to eat all of his fingers.
Yeah, he's got like half of his fingers now.
Yeah, my nails with these...
I fucking hate them.
I imagine he was going more like, I fucking hate them. Just the way he looks in this panel is so...
I can't read it any other way, though. That bastard! Fuck.
Yasuo and Gappy have very appropriate reactions to this.
You're kidding, right? That sounds like a fun joke told by a guy that just tortured my friend to death.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that there's some sort of, mind control thing going on here, because otherwise, this is the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good. Great.
It just sounds like two weirdos.
So no, that's the only explanation we get, is just, he tortured the guy, socially, I couldn't think of the word, but he tortured the guy and then made him go crazy to the point that he ate his own fingers.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
he's like, so you can probably understand why I want revenge against him. And Josuke asks the question, who the hell are you guys? Who is Yoshikage Kira?
Jesus Christ. I mean, I still would like that answer, but I don't get the feeling we're gonna get that answer.
They start, all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, they notice that bathroom girl's nowhere to be found.
Oh yeah, there's... Okay. Yeah, this comes back.
Yeah. I guess she was running away. I wonder if she was still naked. I don't know why you'd be wondering that. But
I do like the word bubbles are colored in a way that, like, explains who's saying that line, because I would have just assumed that was Yasuo again.
yeah, I noticed that at the very last second there. But yeah, he also points out the background in this photo, which, oh right, that's where Josuke woke up. Somehow I skimmed over that.
Right.
Why'd you come back to this room? Who are you? Oh, wait, no.
There's, like, a really weird positioning of that first panel, where he's, like, in her ear, like, why did you come back to this room? Just like, dude.
He's like one of the report where he has to be really up in your face all the time.
Yeah, right?
Yasuho, once again, says that he looks like her dog. And then Josuke does the look over there thing again.
Yeah, he just goes like, one more for the road. Look over there.
Yeah, this guy kind of sucks.
I mean, fair, yeah.
Yasuho goes through another JoJo-style monologue. All we ever see are the results of things. If we have to find the truth, we have to go back to examine the starting point. Oh, right, okay, she's just kind of saying, like, we're working backwards here. But...
So, yeah, they head back to the place they found Josuke, and...
Yeah, they dig it up.
I guess, yeah. Oh, yeah, he goes like, I'll... What does he say? No, he doesn't say anything. He just uses the bubble, and then the water just explodes.
Yes, I wasn't quite sure what I was looking at there.
I took the gravity away from the water, so it went fucking everywhere.
But we do find out that, yeah, Kira was under there. We can tell it's him because his hair is very distinct.
Oh, God.
God, there's a lot of text here. I'll see another returning motif coming here. But it's saying, yeah, he died of a heart attack. There's no foul play, but he had been buried there. So that's weird.
Yeah? So, yeah, he died 3 days earlier. Is that implying that's when she found Josuke? Or...
I think so.
It's at least been a day, because he, like, went to the hospital. I don't know if it's been 3 days, but... Because a lot of this has happened actually very quickly.
Yeah. So Yasuho notices another thing that she found really bizarre. And I made sure to note the framing here, because it looks like she's directly telling us about this.
Like, audience, I don't want to scare you, but,
It's like she's doing a Rod Serling thing, but it's just like, imagine a man with no balls. He had the rod. This panel of her saying he was missing 2 balls is so fucking funny.
Because it looks like she's recalling it, but she's still shocked by it.
What in the world does that?
Maybe it's what in
And
the
then,
world does that?
anyway, enough ball talk. Let's meet our new family.
Next page, here's an entire family of people.
So we got a maid here with Soleil from Part 5's pants, because there's stars all over them. We have a tiny child with sunglasses.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a fairly nondescript lady by JoJo standards. A very spiky man.
I didn't notice these two, actually. I don't remember them.
Yeah, they were mentioned in the beginning, or at least the wife was. The spiky man was not. We have this lady in what looks kind of like a sweater and also like a hoodie sweater. Then then there's a lady with a Bakio's hair. And
just a bodysuit?
yeah, bodysuit and heels with bows and a hat. It's not.
It's a design. And then
it's honestly a pretty alright design. Just that weird kind of intestine pattern that she has over it's kind of throwing me off.
Yeah.
But then we got fucking Joshu, who has a skateboard inexplicably. I don't know if that ever comes up.
I was looking at his pants. He looks like he has fucking. He stole those pants from fucking like on his name, Rohan, because they have like pin heads on them.
Yeah.
Except they're like they look broken. I don't know what that is.
But we have our father figure, who is a man wearing a like puffer vest. I don't know what you call those.
Yeah, he's just got like a real puffy like jacket vest on.
He's got what looks like a rope belt buckle in the shape of a heart, because it's JoJo's.
Yeah.
And he's got the aforementioned Nerds Clusters hair. He looks like he's like a Wonka inhabitant with that hair.
He's from that one thing that everyone was talking about like a month back.
Oh yeah, this guy's from Scotland, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, then we bathroom girl is walking around in a trash can, which could have just ended there, but it doesn't.
Yeah. And then that implies that she falls over in the trash can and these like kids are like looking at her.
Yeah.
And they're just like, whoa.
They're just like, what the fuck? Like, I like that they're more just shocked than anything.
Yeah, they're just like, what the
why is this happening? I imagine they just sped right the fuck off after that. We gotta get home. Like, things are getting weird out here.
The world outside is scary.
Which is, why is one of them dressed like a pirate? Actually, hold on.
This kid's got a tri-coat on.
I never noticed that in the scene. Like, somehow, like, one of them's just a tiny pirate. Oh, JoJo.
Yar?
But, yeah, we move on. Josuke goes to the Higashikata house. He talks about unearthing Kira, that he asks who is Kira. We have a cover full of our new friends that we haven't really heard lines from yet.
I really thought that was a Bakio in the car.
Yeah, she's very Abakio looking.
I never noticed that before, jeez.
Kind of more in the hair. She doesn't really have a face like his, but...
Yeah.
So this dad is taking pictures while driving, which is wholly irresponsible.
And he's terrible at it, too.
Yeah, because he has a camera that is nagging him when he puts his finger on the lens, which I find really funny.
Yeah, he just keeps telling him, like, your finger's on the lens. He's like, what? I don't understand.
The camera is shaking. Uh, so this is weird bit where it's like, okay, out of these, again, this just feels like just such a JoJo staple somehow, where he's like, okay, we have a Gundam here and we have a teddy bear. Which one which one do you like better? And he goes, the bear, and then he answers, then you're a Yankee. Yankees are basically what Okuyasu was. uh, like, like the delinquents.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, they got the coiffed hair, the bandaged abdomen. Think like Ren from Big Bang Beat, those guys.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Fucking, you're a Yankee.
yeah, I always love how it's very similar to the word Yankee, which is the complete opposite. Uh,
What do
that
you
question
mean, shaking?
is he asked him that because that is a great psychological test, apparently. It reveals a person on a subconscious level. Feels very overly simplified, I'd have to say.
What is this panel of, like... So he goes like, "What?" He goes, "What do you mean with the shaking?" And then the next panel is him looking at Josuke and then going, like it's just with tildes in between. It's just like, what is that? Uh,
I,
I mean, regarding your background.
yeah. Maybe he was. That might be just the sound of like, oh, he doesn't know what I'm talking about. Okay.
So
but,
you're a Yankee. Yankee? So, what is a Yankee exactly? You know, Yankee. Yankee loves fluffy things. Like, okay.
I think he may be getting his archetypes confused the more he's going on.
They definitely don't like hard-textured heroes. It's a good way to describe Gundam.
Oh, yeah. I noticed you took off your shoes when you got in the car, didn't you? Yeah, somehow I didn't notice that Josuke just did that without saying anything.
Yeah?
Candy Hair Dad reveals that he doesn't have shoes on either, so he's also a Yankee. So I guess everybody's just a Yankee around here. It's fucking...
Yeah, he's like folding his legs up to reveal his naked feet while driving, so he just completely takes his feet off the pedals.
Mario Zucchero is gonna crash into this guy in a second.
The way he is driving is about the most unsafe thing you could possibly do, because he's constantly, like, looking over and trying to take a picture while doing all this stupid shit. And it's like, there's no way they haven't hit, like, a few things by now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure that, that gets covered in the spin-off about this guy. But,
oh yeah, this weird-ass panel of Yasuo just being all like, so it's no shoes allowed in this car, huh? I guess I'll take mine off too. Okay, haha.
Yeah, that felt like she was just like, I don't know what is going on here, I'm just gonna go along with it.
Yeah, because she's like sweating.
She's
like, I guess I'm taking mine off. What is she holding, actually?
Oh, that's a sneaker.
Oh, I see, okay.
Yeah.
It's like the underside of a sneaker. I thought it was just like a weird, like, golden amulet or something.
Yeah, she was summoning a god there. We drive to the mansion because he says you'll be living here from now on until you figure out who you are or your memories come back or anything like that. Just any...
Just real quick, though, about the Yankee thing. The dad says all of this about, like, you like really soft stuff and you like taking your shoes off, and Josuke's response is, so by Yankee you mean I'm not a good kid then, right? It's like he understood what that meant, despite the description of it making no sense.
Yeah, that's like... So, what you mean by Yankee is not what I mean by Yankee, clearly.
It's very strange. Also, this driveway is very interesting to me. It's like...
Oh, yeah.
It's curved up, and then, like, the right side of it is... It's, like, kind of segmented like stairs.
Yeah, it's like it's a piece of paper that somebody just chopped up with scissors or something. It's very strange.
Yeah. It's interesting. I get like the practical use for it, but it's like I've never seen something like that before. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Gashigati, uh, Higashikata family mansion's pretty alright looking. Um, then, Candy Hair Man, casually drops a Steel Ball Run reference.
Oh yeah.
Because, he mentions that his grandfather, won second place in a horse race across North America. And for those that don't remember him, because he was a very minor character, he was like this old guy that had bandages on his head, and he was really proud of the fact that he had 2 belly buttons. Uh,
I don't remember this, and you'd think I would.
yeah, he's just like, I got in the newspaper for it. Hey, Hot Pants, do you want to see my belly button? She's just like, yeah, I'm good.
No thanks.
He also almost gets killed by Sandman at one point. So,
Jesus.
Yeah, so basically he became somewhat of a, I don't know, outright millionaire, but he became wealthy due to importing fruit.
He became an entrepreneur of sorts.
Yeah. I'm having everyone call you Josuke. You know, like the dog, obviously.
Yeah, she's like, I heard your friend say something about that name coming from her dog, so I've just told everybody that's your name now. Thanks.
You look like a Josuke. He gets another flashback of Kira and Kira's dead arm when he sees the walleyes from the distance.
I can see them.
Then,
I can see a lot. Okay.
Yasuo explains Kira's gonna get cremated and they can't find anything, and then everybody's least favorite character shows back up.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. Where he makes you a point of, like, you know, if you were named after a dog, that's the best name you could have gotten, really. I mean, like, if you were called, like, Poochie or something, that would suck. But...
Ponta or Poochie or something. Okay, then Josuke.
Yasuo's like, it's not that funny. And then Candy Hair Dad pulls his ear and says, Daddy's not going to sit quietly if you start picking fights.
This
so
dude's
Boss,
hair, what is it?
It looks like infected or something.
I meant Joshu, but, you know, either way.
Oh, yeah.
This entire family is just like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, our model lady here is doing okay.
This bitch, she's like, someone dropped a magazine with such a pretty girl that covered a place like this. Gee, I'm sure I've seen this person before somewhere. It's me!
I remember seeing this scene because I'm like, I instantly like this character.
It's very Ace Attorney.
Yeah. So she tries to sell it. And then Joshi says, I'll be using it as a pot stand or something. So could you lower the price a little bit? So that's not really a, not really good pot stand thing there. That's, you know, probably... I saw another translation where he said oven mitt, which would be even worse. Yeah, try grabbing a hot pan with that magazine. Go ahead and let us know how that goes.
I'm sure it won't burn horribly.
Then he'll blame Josuke for it for some reason.
Shut up, stupid.
Oh, go. Which, I mean, Josuke saying that to her, I don't... But then, we get, the hoodie lady pops up, and then goes, hey, what do you think of Misty Mellotron? And then she says, yes.
While throwing up a peace sign?
I don't know why I said it like the Price Master there. I will sell you the Misty Mellotron for $5,000. No, but so she goes
Mellow?
on. She goes on about how Mellotron falls from the sky around 1 minute and 37 seconds in, and he also has to clarify she's talking about prog rock. She's a fan of progressive rock, and the Mellotron is the name of an instrument. She's talking about a band called Yes at a specific time during a song, probably.
I missed this somehow. I love Yes.
So far, I would hang out with this character. I'm going to take that back so hard the further we get into this. We get our...
So we have our lineup here. We got Joshu, second daughter. Oh, the name's underneath. Oops. I thought it was just second daughter because they didn't let her name yet, but it's Daya, Hato. I remember there's like a card theme, like card suit gimmick going on.
Yeah, because Daya just comes from diamond. Hato is just heart. Mitsuba is club, I think.
Huh.
I don't know if Tsurugi or Norisuke fit into that, though. They might. Joshu doesn't. He's just like... he's just
mysterious fifth suit that no one talks about.
Yeah, because it sucks.
He's not like Joker or something, is he?
I mean, he could be.
He might as well be.
Yeah, he might be modern Joker. It's like fucking have Jared Leto play him. He sucks as much as Joshi does.
Jesus Christ.
So then Maid Lady comes up and tries to take his hat, or Josuke's hat, I should say.
Yeah.
Because they're about to take a photo, and she's like, "I will hold on to it."
For some reason, he is very defensive of the hat.
Kind of got an early Kyler thing going on there. Do not touch the hat. So then they're about to take the picture, and of course Joshi raises another big fucking snake about absolutely nothing.
I just want to point out the maid's name is the same as Okuyasu, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Nijimura, which is interesting.
It doesn't really act like either of those guys, but it feels more like a reference than anything.
She has a fuzzy version of Jotaro's hat. I don't even know.
Yeah, she's got an interesting look for a maid.
Yeah. It's weird. She has like the maid outfit, but then she just has like this blue hat. It looks like this stands out.
Yeah, she's distinct for sure.
Yeah.
And Joshu's like, no, Norisuke, now that we actually know his name, so I have to keep calling him Candy Hair Man anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure they said his name like way early, but, you know. He's like, Josuke stand in the center, Joshu's like, but I'm the one who stands in the center. And he makes a big fucking stink about it.
Oh yeah, they like hammer this point home in the next few pages where like everything that Joshu has is going to Josuke now.
Yeah. But it's like very minor things.
Well, I don't know, he got like moved out of his room, I think.
Oh yeah, there was that.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's like they're really trying to make Joshu just hate this guy by making the family like overly favorable of him. It's very strange.
It's almost like one of them is a piece of shit and the other one isn't. So Josuke, you know, tries to lead Yasuo somewhere, and Joshi gets really pissed because it involves hand-holding.
Yeah, and he goes, ugh, shit.
Then he goes, hey, you know, Big Bro ain't here. He's like, Jobin's not here? Well, we're not taking a phone anymore, bud.
It's just fucking... Class dismissed.
So we get our tour here. So not really much of note, actually. It's very clean, very spacious. Um,
Yeah, just here's a nice house. Here's your room. Here's Joshu's room.
it's got my bed, desk, and everything. You're
I like
moving to
it
the.
because this is my room, ain't it? Like it's your yes, it is your room. It's not like it could be. You're not confused about it, are you?
Yeah. You're moving to the room above the garage. I like it as a place to hang out, but you can smell the oil from the car. It doesn't sound like that room's very insulated. If that's the case.
Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to poison my son.
Oh, I forgot he bribes him.
Yeah, I kind of like that move where it's just like, if I give you money, will you shut up? Like,
It's also, like, really cementing that there's something up with this guy. It's
yeah.
like he's trying way too hard to be nice to Josuke for some reason. And then he's to the point he's just like, Joshu, just shut the fuck up, here's some money.
I feel like that's the only way to get him to shut up. Like, could you stop starting shit? I will give you money. Just please stop. He's like, all right, well, that's settled. But then he gets very serious all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, he explains that, you know, to live here, there are expenses that he's not going to be able to pay for, so Norisuke's going to pay. So he basically says, so to pay me back, do me a favor, look after my prog rock obsessed daughter who's blind. Or, I don't know if it says she's outright blind, but she's like almost there.
It says she can barely see at all. So she can see, but apparently not very well.
Yeah, it's like, I've honestly heard from, like, you know, people that know blind people that, like, you know, a lot of them aren't completely blind. Like, they're like 10% of their eyesight's still there. But, you know, it's effectively blind, but not
legally
totally.
blind, yeah.
Yeah. But he's like, you know, just look after her, that'll be your payment. But, but he's like, look after her, I'm not sure I can. Like, that's, I don't know why you'd think that. It's like, hey, make sure this lady doesn't, like, you know, like, fling boiling water in her face, I don't know.
And then he just like, it'll be fine. Hey, Daya, come here. And then she like flies through the air and lands in his arms or some shit.
She strikes a very odd pose there.
She's like, ta-da! Without a word. Doesn't say a thing, and just suddenly just clinging to him. It's just like, I love you.
You are my best friend now. Norisuke's like, okay then.
There's always this, because they show Yasuo like looking at this like, it's like, it's trying to put some sort of romantic tension between these two, but neither of them have any interest in each other, and they both are just like surprised at each other, just like, I don't know who this is.
Yeah. But then Norisuke says the other rule in the house is don't go to the room at the top of the stairs. And he's just like, you know, I just don't want you going over there because there's private stuff in there. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Ugh. Oh, right.
Why does he say sorry?
I
just realized that, like, he just, like, don't go in there, okay? He goes, okay, sorry.
Well, I guess he got close to the staircase at one point, and he says he can't do that either. And he's like, oh, sorry about that. I don't know.
Yeah, just, ugh. Just a panel of him looking like he's got a headache.
Oh, it's, you know, a very weird situation, but, you know, you gotta play with the cards you're dealt. It's like, if these are the two, like, you know, these are the two conditions to live here. He's got a pretty good deal, all things considered.
Yeah.
Or so it seems, but we'll get to it. So then Maid, as, or Nijimura-san, as, translation said it, as Yasuo is leaving, she gives a message from, Norisuke, which is, don't go tempting my Joshu or anything like that. So, I won't be allowing you back into this house again either. And no matter what, don't meet with Josuke ever again. Don't poke your nose into where it doesn't belong, or harm will come to your family. So there is something up with him.
Yeah?
Uh,
And the maid lady is pretty stone-faced about it as well.
I imagine most maids are if they're given messages. You know, it's not from me. So
Fair enough, I guess.
Message is done. Goodbye. There was a marking on the handrail, which I forgot was there. I had this weird Mandela effect where I felt like he mentioned it before for some reason. But no, yeah, there's like this weird maze symbol on the handrail of that staircase.
Yeah, that's all it really looks like.
And then Daya struts along and makes herself some coffee, or tries to.
I'll do it.
She seems disappointed by this. I'll pour the tea. No, don't. Just treat me like normal. This is how I am, I see. Don't fuss over me. That's your job. Just act natural. But his job is to make sure you're not gonna melt your hand off making tea. But
yeah, so this whole bit's weird. Where she goes on a huge thing about just like, I know where everything is. I'm completely capable. Don't worry about me. I don't want you fussing over me. Don't fuss over me. So what exactly should I do then? And then she goes, specifically, yeah. Don't do anything, I guess.
Well, it's a good deal if all I have to do is not go near a staircase. I got it pretty good.
And then she immediately starts pouring the kettle over nothing?
Yeah.
I always love the arrows for some reason. We got Josuke looking at the kettle with one arrow and then looking at the teacup with another and noticing they're not near each other. So he throws his hands up to like move the cup beneath the kettle, and then she freezes and she's like, "You did something, didn't you? You worried."
How dare you? The arrow thing does work because, yeah, it's just a really good way of conveying where your eyes are moving through a still image.
No, it's just something comedic about it. I think it's just because the way it's used is always like the, huh?
Not acting natural is a landmine. Understand? A lagmite. Just like, oh god, she...
Right?
I like the part about her where she talks about music a lot. Just like a prog rock band that has a fight and disbands. If you try to put it back together again, things will never go back to how they used to be. Like Van Halen. No, no, they're not prog. They wish.
This whole thing just bothers me because this will, as we'll see, like lead to her using her stand on him. Like, she got him in a trap. But
yeah,
it's implying that, like, what he should have done is just let her fuck up. And then just been like, oops, well, you told me not to worry. Like, I don't know.
There's a lot about the stand I don't really get, including what's about to happen here. Because,
oh yeah, this weird bit.
Yeah, the stand shows up, she's suddenly on the floor, and a chunk of her leg is gone. with bone and everything. It's gross.
Yeah, it's just a huge bite got taken out of her leg, and she responds, "Glee!" Sniff, sniff, sniff.
She's taking it much better than D&G did. Uh, wait, what chapter is it? Oh, this is chapter 8, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on to California King Bed Part 1. What a name. Just recaps the whole Kira thing. We don't need to. But then he notices that Daya, who's missing a leg, isn't really there. So
I assume he means like nobody was there to attack her.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
And then he goes like, "Is no one else here?" Because I think he's looking for someone to be like, "Holy shit, something happened."
Yeah. She's majorly underreacting to this, by the way. Like, just
Well,
like...
I also think it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's like this huge chunk taken out of her leg, and then it's just like, no.
She just kind of looks more annoyed than anything.
Well, yeah, she was like kind of holding back tears in the previous chapter, and now she looks just kind of like, ugh, this sucks.
Yeah, this was not a good idea. But apparently the wound... Wait, so the wound looks like the symbol he saw on the handrail?
Wait, yeah.
Is that what he's saying?
No, he just looks at it and he just suddenly imagines that symbol. Despite what's happening, I remembered it's the same design. Like, somehow it just triggered a memory for no reason?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, well, not for no reason. It's actually relevant to what's about to happen. It just kind of seems like a non sequitur right now.
So, yeah, there's no burn. She's fine.
Burn is putting it lightly. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, it's like, were you making tea or, like, doing chemistry? Like, what the fuck was that about? But...
And then there's the arrow thing again, where he's looking at her thighs, and he's just like, wait a second.
You have all leg now.
Like 100%. Wow.
So he's like...
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know what part you're looking at. We're going to skip over that.
I don't know. I feel like it's worth mentioning, because... it's very, very weird. So he's like looking... He's trying to look her over, being like, what in the world... What happened? And she's just making, like, weird... She's saying weird words with hearts next to them. I should say that much.
Yeah, it's just, they said her age earlier.
Yeah.
But,
why?
I think in this instance it's just to show she's fucking weird. But
that's fair, yeah. I do thoroughly dislike her. I remember that much.
But then he's like, what did you do? And she goes, just call me Diatron, okay? And it's like, that's not really an answer to my question. Then suddenly a chess piece comes out of his eye, which I did not appreciate seeing again.
It's twitching.
Like the eyeball is moving out of the socket to let the chess piece fall out of it.
It's a very detailed shot for... It doesn't really mean much. It just... There's a chess piece now.
Yeah. He says, while he's agape and a chess piece is coming out of his fucking skull, I don't know what's going on, but there's something really strange about you.
It's actually very similar to what happens whenever he uses his power on other people. You're doing something to me, right? I've got the feeling something really dangerous is getting close while a chess piece is shooting out of his eye socket.
and bouncing around like a pinball.
Where? Give me a hint. Just a hint. And if you do, then she's just like, you worried about me, didn't you?
I'll give you a hint. It's no. So she takes it, and there's like a little thing in it.
Yeah, it's got like a little like crystal ball looking orb and the neck. It looks like a rook. Or sorry, a knight. And it's got the little symbol that he's been remembering.
Yeah, I forgot how cool the visuals are here. To be honest, like just all the chess pieces and all these images in them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, there are cool parts to this character. It's just, there's some not cool parts. But, this rook is someone's old memory of playing in a flower garden. This bishop is of a certain person riding a bike. And this king is Nyanko-chan's dream. So, wait, did she, like, pull a memory out of her cat?
Oh, yeah. Not Nyanko. I guess, yeah, that would just be... It's a cat dream, but it's a cat?
Yeah, because Nyan is just meow, and Ko is just a feminine ending for a name. So, yeah. But he goes, what does that mean? It means that even if I try to explain, you wouldn't understand.
That's not what that means.
But if I touch them, I understand. I roll them on my cheeks like this. I don't know if that does anything. I just like doing it. You got a problem with it? But no, he talks about the the maze marking thing. And
He's just like, I should know this. I feel like it's important. I get the feeling I've seen it before. You totally don't know.
Then he goes somewhere like, it should be, I get the feeling, or like, and then it cuts to a very sinister shot of her for a second.
Yeah, it's her with no pupils.
It's really startling looking. like, I was kind of, like, I haven't read this in a while, so seeing that, it kind of threw me for a loop. It's just so vacant looking. It's creepy.
She looks very dead.
Yeah. She kind of is inside. But, fairness is rule, so I'll fairly give you a clear explanation, okay? Even though I said if I explained it, you wouldn't understand, but, whatever. Don't think about it, okay? Stands, God gave me a stand. Which I think is what Oya Komava said in Steel Ball Run. But I think everything was because of God. That was his deal. Oh yeah,
like she puts the suffix after her own stand name, California King Bed Chan.
Yeah. California. So she's a big fan of the state California because you can make it sound like a meow. But no, this is the name of a Rihanna song, and it's really funny that the prog rock enthusiast has a Rihanna stand name.
Yeah?
It's like, I don't know, her taste could be eclectic, I don't know. I want to see her rate your music profile, I think is what I'm getting at. But yeah, no, she does mention that she is mostly blind because she fell into the walleyes and she started losing her vision, but she got this weird chess ability named California King Bed.
It looks like, I don't even know how to describe this thing. It looks like a bunch of computer mice taped together, and the head is like a toilet seat.
It just looks like a bunch of toddler toys chained together. It's
yeah.
The top of it kind of looks like that thing you put on your neck for long car rides.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of want a California King Bed comforter now. But she got her memory because he broke the fair rule.
It's sort of weird. It's like she stole one of his memories, but she keeps talking like she stole his ability to remember anything.
Yeah.
There's no
You're
reason to give you an explanation because you won't remember anything I explained. Like, is that how it works? Because that's not what I assumed.
I don't know, but there's something to remember. Don't fuss over her. That's not fair. What the hell is with you? That's a good question. But he's just like, yeah, why would you even take this from me?
And then there's this 2-page spread
of him just like almost strangling her.
Yeah, he's got her by the fucking throat, essentially.
Yeah.
And then there's just a shot of the rest of the house, and you can kind of see the car through the window. It's
yeah. Why is everything open?
I don't know. I guess emphasize that nobody's here because everyone just suddenly disappeared.
Yeah.
Forget about Dad.
Have you ever thought about true happiness? I already know happiness is to share memories with someone. In a panel where she looks weirdly Rihanna-ish, which I'm sure was intentional. But
she kind of looks like Bruno sometimes.
She does, yeah. But she's like, I love you, Josuke, for reasons. I'm trying to think of because Yasuho, not Yasuho, fucking Yukako at least, kind of explained why she was into Koichi. This lady's just like, I love you because reasons.
She's just like, by the way, I love you. And he's just like, what did you do? And she's like, I love you. And he's just like, is that my memory?
I don't know, but I love your memories. I'm going to roll them on my face.
He tries to break it, and it's just like he's just not responding to anything she's doing.
Yes. But of course, if he destroys that, the memory will be lost forever. I'll tell you California King Bed's weakness too. Yeah, she doesn't have to do what Kenzo did, where Kenzo came out twice for some reason. But she doesn't have to have her own stand and be like, you gotta play it fair, you gotta tell your weaknesses. She's just that honorable, I guess.
Oh, right.
A method to get that memory back does exist. If I step on the shadow at your feet, that's the weakness. So that's...
Well, then don't take a memory from Wham, I guess.
Yeah, he won't like that.
I still love that. It was just that bit where it's just if you step on my shadow, then I'll get pissed off, and then it never comes up again.
Yeah, because they saw what would happen.
just throwing that out there. He's got a little character trait.
So she essentially taunts him by almost stepping on the shadow, and then goes, ooh, that was close. Jesus Christ, it is late. Ooh, that was close. Whoopsies.
And everything she says has a heart next to it. Which is ironic given that she's named Diamond, but anyway.
Yeah. And she does a fighting game backdash while she explains. So basically
now... I know the Korean backdash.
Oh god, she's top tier help. Yeah, she's basically laying out that this is essentially the fight. It's one of Araki's strengths to just make this totally normal situation a dire situation, because it's all it is now is that just she's got to step on your shadow, that's the whole thing now, is that he has to figure out a way to do that. So
and then it won't be easy to get me to step on your shadow. All the stuff where the sun is outside right now, where the windows are, and where the light comes in our hose. I memorized them all.
Lots and lots.
She says, I think that's another typo. Or I don't know if it was it's inside our hose.
It's there too.
the water hose outside.
So that Josuke explains that for his plot motivation, this is the worst enemy to have because she's directly the opposite, where she does not want him to have memories. And he's like, but I want to remember stuff. And she's like, no.
That is... I didn't even really parse that. That is... His second fight is with somebody who's stealing memories. And he's got very little to have to himself, as is.
Yeah, it's kind of unfair, actually.
It's very cruel.
Yeah. This lady, I don't know. She's like an even more disturbing Yukako. I don't know what it is about her. I guess it's because it's a little more realistic. Like, not like completely, but she's not like feeding him asparagus wrapped in newspapers or anything, you know?
Yeah, she's not doing comically deranged things. She's doing creepily realistic deranged things.
Yeah.
Also stealing memories, but, you know.
Yeah, you know, it's, Yasuho comes home to find her drunk mom. So I like that she gets a little slide with her name and her age, and she's completely passed out on the floor.
Here's her name, her age, and she is sleeping on the floor.
She is having a hell of a life going right here. What the hell is that, you stupid woman? A hickey? This woman. And then she runs off crying because, again, this, Yasuho does not know what sex is. Now she's like, oh god, I'm infected. Even I don't know who I am anymore.
And then you get distracted. There's a letter. Hey, it came. Yay.
For some reason, I thought I couldn't count on the police. Araki would majorly agree with this years later.
Jesus Christ. What a sentence.
Yeah. Like, every chapter in JoJo Land is Araki going like, man, fuck cops. Like, it's... Yeah, I know it's the DNA report of Kira and Josuke's DNA, and it says with 95% at 0.8 accuracy, the same person.
I thought they were supposed to be half the same person.
Yeah, that's... yeah.
But yeah, no, he's definitely Kira or something.
But then the maze symbol comes back. She noticed it when she was playing with Joshi as a kid, which I forgot how funny them as kids looks.
Oh yeah. There's a little doodle in this word bubble. It's pretty funny.
Yeah. Why did the dead man have the symbol?
I just want to quickly point out, I do love that Araki loves this thing where somebody will be mentioned in, like, passing, and then it just shows a little drawing of their head in the word bubble to be like, oh yeah, them. Because that happened twice with the dog, too.
I remember that in Steel Ball Run, because Ringo fought a dude named Gotcho, and they kept doing that every time he was mentioned, because, like, I don't know if Araki was like, this is a super minor character, so I'm just gonna, like, show you his head, in case you forgot who he was.
I have no faith to remember this guy, because I keep forgetting him myself.
Like, he did play a major part in that story in a weird way. But yeah, now she's in the closet, and with the lights on.
She's opening the closet.
Oh god.
Sorry.
I was just like, she could easily be a character in that thing. But,
yeah.
So she won't hear it. How about I use my soap bubble to erase the switch sound? It feels like a Koichi move, but, you know.
Yeah.
So he turns it off, and then wait, what is... Oh, okay, so he's sliding the door open.
Oh, yeah.
But she's like, oh, I can tell you did something.
You just moved, didn't you?
You just might have secretly turned the light switch in my closet off.
I like that he moves slightly to the side, and she's like, "You just moved unnaturally."
Yeah, she's like kind of scarily perceptive. Like it's, I guess compensation for other sentences, etc., etc. But yeah, she basically immediately figures out what he's doing, and there's a shot where he looks really nervous, and you see the onomatopoeia, ba-dum. And then she says in another very creepy looking shot, "That means you're fussing over me, aren't you?"
Are you?
"I'll figure this out. Move out of the way, please. Get away from the door. I'll go to check to see if the switch is on or off." And again, because this JoJo's is like the most dangerous thing in the world right now, and this lady being like, "I want to see if the light is on or off."
It's such a weird cliffhanger that we end on. It's just, if I'm going to go check the light switch.
I love her pose here too, because she's like, "Right, that's it. Move out of the way. I'm gonna figure this out once and for all."
I'm going to get to the bottom of this whole light switch ordeal.
And yeah, that's where we end.
And I do love Josuke being like, "This girl, you're kidding me, right?"
I mean, that is a fair response to everything about this lady.
I feel like I would have said that a long time before the light switch incident.
Yeah, it's, I love Emerson, Lake and Palmer so much. I like how they use the Mellotron. Please sleep with me. Also, please keep my light on. I hate when it's off. Also, I like catch streams the most. They feel the best on my face. There's so many things going on with this person.
It just gets just like, none of that explained who I am.
I do like how his responses to this lady are all very realistic. It's just like, I don't know what is going on with you. I know that you're fucked up and you're dangerous, but all these other mannerisms you got going on, I don't know.
I do love the protagonist's general response to most things is just, "What the fuck? What?"
Because he is now living with the weirdest family ever. But...
And it's like, it's just some random people that his only friend knows. It's just like, "Oh, it's my childhood friend's family. You could live with them," and they're like all evil or in on some weird conspiracy or something.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like the Harvester House in a weird way.
Oh, Jesus. You always wear a kidder, Josuke.
Oh, no. Being a kidder means you're fussing over me, and that's not fair. But,
Jesus.
Yeah, that... Yeah, even, like, I don't know what it was, like, just... These 4 chapters felt like they were jam-packed, like... And not to say the other 4 we started with were slow, but my god. There was so much that happened here.
No, yeah, this part has definitely gotten off very quickly. Like, it has not wasted any time. And it's like, we have very little idea of what's really going on, because it's so early. And yet it's like tense the entire way through, which is interesting.
Yeah, because now he's living in a nightmare house.
He's living in the Saw house or whatever.
I think he already did that.
Yeah, that was the previous one.
What, you escaped my tricky trap? It sucks. I try
Get bit by a snake.
Making my obligatory real last save reference here. Yeah, one time I had a snake bite this guy's ankle, and I made it move around. It was awesome.
You ever just hack your foot off?
Come on, man. Don't be a dick. Yeah, it's like whenever Jigsaw's brought up, I either bring up Real Last Save or the Canadian Jigsaw from Aqua Teen. Where are you? I don't know. I'm a doll. Anyway, so what we have, yeah, we continue California King Bed on the second part, which I am hopefully gonna do, next week instead of 4 weeks from now, provided no important tax documents or storms, causing blackouts or life going by way too fast happen in the meantime. I'm probably gonna lose an arm next time we schedule this. I don't know. But
There's a stand preventing you from getting this done.
it's the calamity, I'm telling you.
Oh, right, yeah.
This is the funniest thing to bring up while we're this early. It's just it's foreboding.
I can't even imagine how this is leading to that, which is one of the most amusing things about going through this part, is at some point there's just a guy with calamity.
Yeah. He's a ways away, though. We gotta meet our new friends? I don't know. But, yeah, that was episode 2 of Grunky's Adventure. We'll plug something here when, we have stuff.
Grunk's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah. Well, play Battle Craze, that's a plug.
Oh, yeah, play Battle Craze.
Yeah, go do that. That's about it. See y'all later.
Watch Reload the Last Save, I guess.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah. Do that. That guy's great. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.